Hey, how's it going, everyone? All right, so we're going to be talking about a fun topic today, which is protein powder. So I get asked this question a lot, and I don't really know how to respond to a lot of people. And I just want to remind everyone that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian. I did go through a certificate course to become a health coach this past summer, but that literally means absolutely nothing. I'm just some random dude here on YouTube that has followed something verbatim, and I've seen amazing results. Not only in treating polycystic kidney disease, but also treating chronic inflammation in my body. A lot of nerve damage, broken bones from orthopedical injuries, a lot of arthritis, just a lot of inflammation has really just gone down significantly. So please understand that I cannot be like your doctor, and if you ask me a very personalized question, because I do get that very often, it's something that I just really can't give. Not to mention, I don't know what stage of theoretically stage of kidney disease you might be in, especially if you're from the polycystic kidney disease community. I really don't know a whole lot about you, but I do get asked a lot of questions on social media, really revolving around protein powder, and if you should be using it for, or just in general, if it's beneficial. If you have kidney related issues, should you be using it? My answer is honestly, it's really all about your body. But I'll just tell you my story around protein powder. It's utterly changed after I've learned all of this in the last almost 2 years now, and I rethink nutrition as a whole. Because when it comes down to it, you buying something like this, where it looks very awesome and, you know, it could very well be organic, it's still a highly processed product that's made in a factory, and it's very different than buying, like, let's say, a piece of chicken, grilling it, and then coming home from the gym and having that piece of chicken rather than kind of making a protein shake in general. So, I am currently 37 years old as I'm recording this video. I've been training all throughout since, I was 17 years old. Military background, spent a lot of time in the United States Marine Corps, started really getting into resistance training, bodybuilding, doing a lot of running when I was actually 17. On my 17th birthday, many years ago, I actually legitimately exercised, like, fully for, I want to say, like, the first time. But growing up as a kid through the 90s, video game consoles were very different. It was actually very unpopular to be indoors versus, like, being indoors today is kind of really the norm. Very athletic, did a lot of sports, so I got my exercise, my mobility pretty much through sports, baseball, golf, I would ride my bicycle around everywhere. Wasn't driving anywhere with a vehicle. I would legitimately bike to, like, a gas station, get some junk food. But then again, even junk food during the 90s were very much different as well. So protein powder, I used protein powder all throughout my 20s. I also took creatine supplements as well when I wanted to really bulk up. And I was using protein powder during my early 30s before I had a very bad gym injury, which caused me to alter my diet from a very, some people will say it's a high protein diet, but I have a different definition of what a high protein diet is. I was really eating anywhere between maybe 1.9 to 2.2 grams per kg of body weight. I was also a lot bigger in muscle mass than I am today. And I was taking a lot of protein powder, sometimes 2 scoops, sometimes just 1. Throw it in some milk. It tastes amazing. This was actually one of the products that I actually used during that time period as well. And just like anyone else out there, you don't really think about reading the ingredients because I didn't have any issues. And it really makes me wonder what my life would have been like if I actually never had a gym injury that made me entirely stop exercising. Exercise is very important. It is extremely beneficial. If you have kidney disease, you got to be mobile, but understand that my EGFR with the cystatin C is 111, so I'm in a different boat as many people approach me, and that's really one of the things I always ask people. I'm like, hey, you know, what's your kidney function? Because exercise is beneficial in every single stage of kidney disease. You just got to find what really works for you. Obviously, for me, my body can take like a lot more than others, but just because you have kidney disease, not exercising, that is, you're doing yourself no favors. But let's go ahead and dive into this protein shake right here, protein powder. And looking at all this stuff now, it really makes me rethink a lot of stuff. But then again, I never measured any of this. I never measured my macros, my protein, my carbs, my fats during my 20s and early 30s. I never paid attention to ingredients because I never really had to. My body just, I felt really great. I was also drinking a lot of booze as well too, which is not good at all. But if I had to take a guess, I'd say maybe the exercise was outweighing the negative benefits. Don't quote me on that, please. It's not exercising and then drinking. That's not an excuse to drink. I had that mentality during my 20s, and looking back, I don't know how I made it out of my 20s with no liver or kidney issues. But pretty much if we look at this protein powder, obviously, you got no fat. So if you're going to be embarking on a low-carb ketogenic diet, this right here is a red flag because you really need fat. Okay, fat is fuel. If we have 3 macros: protein, carbs, and fat. 2 are energy sources. What that means is that where we get energy from, we're going to be pulling from those sources. So our 2 energy sources is carbs and fat. If you are eating the same amount of carbs as fat, and understand that our body will use carbs before burning fat. So if your carbs are if your carbs are way up here and your fat's down here, that's more than likely the American standard diet. You got to burn through all these carbs to get to the fat, okay? But if you do it in reverse order, the carbs that are very low are going to be burned much quicker, and then you're going to tap into the fat to use as fuel. Okay, how many carbs you should eat a day? I get asked that question a lot too. It's really customized to your body type, what you are fighting. If you are not only fighting kidney issues, but maybe you're fighting obesity, cardiovascular disease, just severe insulin resistance, high insulin levels, then it's very different. You may not be able to handle a lot of carbs, and that is going to be a reality that a lot of people have to face, because I've gone into some pretty heated arguments with a lot of plant-based people. And if you are going to be embarking on a plant-based diet, understand that if you're not seeing results, you got to tweak. And then on the opposite side too, if you embark on a carnivore lifestyle, but you're not seeing results, maybe adding some plants in are going to kind of level things out. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, this is not a game to try to be a vegan or be a carnivore or anything. This is all about fixing health problems here. I'm not a cultist at all, but I am very much a carnivore. But at the same time, you do you, and also do what is best for your body. Going back to here, protein powder will not be a source of fat. It's going to be a source of protein. Protein powder, hence the name. But look at this stuff right in here. This is just, it's so small. That's what she said. It's very true though. Like, I gotta go ahead. Like why do companies make it so small? Well, the reason they make it so small is because they don't want you to read the garbage that is in here. Okay, let's see. Whey protein isolate 90%. Sunflower, I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. It's basically just pretty much but understand that when you see sunflower in here, it's very different than like getting a seed oil, obviously at like McDonald's or something, but still, it's high in omega-6s. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind. Whey protein, obviously. I honestly don't even know what a lot of this stuff is. Natural and artificial flavor, that should be a red flag. Salt, cinnamon, digestive enzyme, like all this stuff is. Oh, and sucralose is a sweetener. Depending who you are as a person, it could actually impact your blood sugar levels, by the way. This is all artificial. Having a piece of chicken can very well give you 25 grams of protein. Is a piece of chicken going to taste like a Cinnabon? No, because a piece of chicken is Mother Nature. Okay? Keep that, like, in the back of your mind. A lot of these companies, their products are just really feel good and taste good products. I loved having the Cinnabon version of this. I loved having the dark chocolate of this as well, too. Another product that I use as well, too, whey protein, cookies and cream. This tasted amazing. Utterly fantastic here. Let's go ahead and look at. Oh boy, we got a paragraph of ingredients here. Once again, you got barely any fat whatsoever, barely any carbs, barely any sugar. You say to yourself, wow, this is pretty awesome. You got barely no fat, theoretically low fat approved. Low fat will kill your body. We got over 40, 30, maybe even 50 years of data of people being on low-fat diets. It's not good for you. It's essentially just carbs and sugar. And then on top of it, you have 24 grams of protein. Okay, you have some calcium, sodium, potassium. Sodium is nice and low. Potassium is much higher. That's good. Okay, so let's look at the ingredients. Whey protein, once again, cookie pieces, unbleached, enriched flour. What? This is actually a little scary because I used to actually use this product a lot. Palm canola oil, processed, high fructose corn syrup. What the? High fructose corn syrup is in, what product? Oh yeah, sodas. Crazy, right? Let's see. Additives. This is just all trash. Every single part of this is trash. I understand a lot of bodybuilders that have like PKD want something to come back to the gym, come home from the gym to really taste that is good. But understand, like, after learning everything that I've learned, all this stuff is just really artificial. And if you have health issues, you shouldn't be eating all this like fake ingredients. You want protein when you get home from the gym. How about just having a piece of chicken? Or even yet, maybe just some ground beef, okay? If you want something more so, like, plant-based, one thing that I did on keto was actually some sweet peas and a couple tablespoons of butter. That itself right there, you got some pea protein, plant protein. You also got a couple tablespoons of butter for some great fat. If you're on the train that butter isn't good, I've talked to a lot of people that still believe that margarine is better than butter. It's definitely not the case. If you don't want to do butter, you can definitely do organic extra virgin olive oil. Just please make sure you're buying stuff in a glass jar. Understand that these factories, when they make these oils, they're heated, so a lot of microplastics can definitely chip away. If you don't believe me on microplastics, I got to make a whole separate video. But yeah, microplastics are real, and if you're having liver problems, you need to avoid microplastics. So extra organic olive oil, organic avocado oil. You know, if you're more in the plant realm, you can definitely dabble in that. What is my take on protein powder? My take on protein powder is that they're foods, or rather they're products that will get you hooked on sugar cravings. And that's what a lot of these companies want to do. They want you to go to the gym, get a good workout, and then just piss away your results because you're loading up on a lot of this stuff. And that's the reality of it, is that a lot of this stuff is just artificial. What is not artificial? Organic chicken breasts, organic beef, grass-fed beef, or even ground beef. Once again, peas, okay? Peas have a lot less carbs than beans, significantly, for plant protein. But it's always better to choose the Mother Nature option, especially when you're trying to heal your body. If you're obviously young, you're unprogressed, you got to pick and choose your battles. I mean, just be very aware that your kidneys could very well grow rapidly and you could potentially piss off your PKD kidneys, or you could very well piss off maybe something else in your body that you don't even know about. So just please take that with a grain of salt. And as always, hopefully everyone is enjoying the week, staying warm, post-Storm of the Century. Definitely let me know down below your take on protein powder. If you think what I'm saying is really just nonsense and pseudoscience, you would rather have some luxurious cookies and cream. Me personally, when I get home from the gym, especially on big work days, I always just choose just to either have a piece of chicken, maybe some ground beef, always choosing the Mother Nature option than really resorting to whey protein. And if you do really want something sweet, you can always make your homemade ice cream, which I promise I will be making a video on shortly. You literally take like half a cup of berries, maybe some strawberries, blueberries, put it into a blender, take some plain Greek yogurt, high protein, high fat, definitely not some low fat yogurt that has a bunch of sugar and carbs in it. You pop in the freezer. Right then and there, you pretty much have like a post-gym workout meal. But I will be making a video on that, I promise. So please stay tuned and please subscribe for more. Once again, hopefully this video found value in your day. And later.